Hi.
Well, welcome. It's another fun Friday night with Jeff.
Hi, Aley.
And if you happen to see the thumbnail, you saw me and Martha Stewart with Jeff's birthday cake. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I've never made so many faces in my life, you know?
Hellfire was still raining down in the background, so I couldn't part with that. Hi, Tanita. Right. I couldn't part with it.
That's right. So welcome everybody. And yes, Jeff is 29 for the fourth time, you know. But anyway, hi Tanita, Stardust.
Time's about 2.5.
2.5 times? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, yeah, it's always fun to have a birthday. And so we're here, and I have a surprise for you, but I'm going to wait till a few more people get here.
11:05 is the actual birthday.
At night?
Yeah.
Oh, Mom had to suffer the whole day.
And that might be French time, so it would have been 5 hours earlier here.
You were in?
Yeah, when I was born.
Born in France?
Paris. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Was your dad in the service or something?
They were both. They were both teachers abroad on a visa.
Okay.
So I guess technically, if they wanted to, they could send me to Uganda or whatever.
Even though I was born, wonderful birthday
report of birth abroad.
Oh my God! Wow, that's amazing.
Because I know the administration watches this channel.
Oh yes,
80,000, Aley. Wow.
Yes, I'm lucky. I don't see all those people in the chat though. Well, it's probably good.
Yeah, but I think you aligned yourself and created a niche for yourself with the right people, and you did stuff to broaden the channel's appeal. So give it up for Aley, everybody.
Oh, thank you. And give it up for Jeff for his birthday. Yeah. Anya, hi. Michelle's here. And
hi, Mary.
Tanita will get to it. Hi, Mary's here. Nancy. Mary, I have to tell you that there's a video out there of Steve Bannon, and he's giving this speech about Sharia law or something. It's some ridiculous thing. And he's sitting on stage and is, sitting like a man would sit with his legs, and he's wet his pants and doesn't seem to realize that.
Maybe he was drunk and couldn't control
it. Could very well have been. So, yeah. Hello, Shalazbia. All right. There's a try anyway. Yeah. There you go. And Fatima. Nice.
Hi, Fatima.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I did come up. I saw somebody post on Instagram that he's going to shut down. He's going to sign an executive order to shut down our bank accounts. Now, I'm not going to be the bearer of bad news. I think it has to do with finding illegals or something. I don't know. I don't know anything more about it. But I do know that it might be smart to at least have a few bucks within reach. So,
yeah, and for me, it's funny because for me, I used to use prepaid cards. And I'm a little bit one step above that now. I don't have an actual bank because Capital One doesn't really. I mean, they have offices, but it is today, Mary. Yeah, thank you. But I remember just when I had all kinds of debt with payday loan companies and such before I got my inheritance years and years ago that I always blew, that I ended up blowing. I would put things onto a Walmart card because they would ravenously go through your account every week for these high, premium loans. and just zap you. So
yeah. That's a good way to mitigate
that would be my advice, is to get a prepaid Walmart.
Yeah,
they can still go through it. But,
one of those visas, even a visa, with a prepaid.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so I do have your questions that are there. Fatima wishes you a happy birthday.
Thank you,
and
Mel.
Ray does, and
Thank you,
Mel
Fatima.
B does. All right, and yeah. So there you go. So now that we've got a few folks here, I'm going to give you my poem for your birthday. And it's not as good as you, so just shut up. All right. So he's a poet with a whip and a tarot reader with a grip on his sitter. Hailing from the east, his words are a feast for his crew, and always a champion, too, of his shelties. Jeff has wit and charm, a second floor alarm, and a verbal substack. He keeps us on track, and he also insures you. He'll make you feel at ease, and you'll laugh until you wheeze with his thumbnails. And when reading is nigh, you'll be amazed at this guy who sees you right through the screen. All hail to Jeff, our birthday boy, and make it a whole weekend that you enjoy with Trooper and Braden while you are laden with gifts galore and wishes for more shows with this old broad.
You could have rhymed with something else at the end. You know that?
With something else at the...
Yeah. Go back to your last 3 lines.
All right.
I'm not going to say the word. I want you to try to we're going to play a psychic game. You're going to figure it out.
Psychic game. Last 3 lines. With Trooper and Braden, while you were laden.
There's something where you said more.
Yeah. While you were laden with gifts galore and wishes for more shows with this old broad. So you're saying that it would have gone with more or broad?
You could have whore.
With this old whore. There you go. Well, today I told everybody, here's my tulips. So I am quite colorful.
Thank you, Rossy.
Apocalyptic is just
it is.
Is it really?
Although today you would think we've averted it entirely, because everything's just peachy today.
Everything's peachy. Yeah. It was fun to do. Jeff had done a poem for me I won it, didn't I, Jeff? I won the poem. Yeah.
You wanted it. Yeah.
I did. And so it's in one of his books. I don't have books. But I said, well, I usually do limericks, but it didn't end up being a limerick. It just ended up being this old broad or this old whore. All right, there you go. Oh, yeah. Hypnicity, thank you for wishing him a happy birthday. That's great. Yeah. All right, guys and gals, let's do some readings. All right. Tanita. There you go. All right. Now, how many other young men spend their birthday with a 70-year-old? I'm really lucky.
Yeah, but if they're psychic, or if they're a tarot reader, as we are,
yes, that's true.
We have good energy, so we're compatible.
I get it. Yeah. That's right. All right, Rossy. Yeah, Jeff is the best. You're right, Fatima. Yep. All right. Yes, Simron, will do. Let's see. So everybody, I got Tanita, Michelle, Brandon, Hypnicity, Gray, Nancy, Rossy, Simron. If there's anybody else that I missed, just tell me. Then I'll go back and look. All right, Anya. Find Finding a job. Oh.
So I'm going to go first on this one because I'm starting to get some things here.
Okay.
It's my birthday. So the first thing that I got when I asked this question, I got this really bad pain in the back of my head, like right around here. And then I was feeling kind of woozy. And then I kind of was wondering, and again, you don't have to tell me because I already have my own ideas when I read these cards. And a lot of times, of course, they're faulty. But what came in for you was the Ace of Wands reversed, and then the Family card reversed. I don't know if there's something going on right now that is genetically predisposition that makes certain jobs harder for you, meaning like there's certain types of jobs you can't do. But the sensation I'm getting is you're selling yourself a little bit too short as a result of that. I think someone that was there to champion you or who should have been championing you in your abilities wasn't. And what's on top of you more than anything is in the subconscious, this fear of having to let go of something that you want to do because you have to make money. The biggest thing that I'm getting here is there could have been something within you because the Strength card did come in. What I am also getting is a new invention of your making, a new creation of your making that you're attracting right now. It feels to me like it might involve a totally different field from what you were involved in. I don't know necessarily if you've had your sights set on something maybe in travel or manufacturing or something like that, but I'm getting the sense that you want to create something of your own to either sell or to be in a position to. So when the other thing I heard, then I'll let you go, is there was this sense of elevation or having to climb stairs. And I don't know if that's a burden, but there's this idea of, and it might have been a corporate ladder, it might have been a symbolism for that. But I feel like they're telling me that time has passed, whatever that was about, whatever that ladder or those stairs were about. That's all I got.
I got two things you did. The first thing I got was a heart, which is she's not being able to do what she really loves. That you said that. Yeah. The second one I got is DNA. And you said that too. And you said that it's something genetic, maybe. Yeah. And then I'm getting a male. So I don't know if this person is either holding you back or you haven't met this person. Maybe it will be a job interview with this person, or it could be that you inherited something from the male that's stopping you from doing what it is that your heart truly wants to do. So if any of that makes any sense, let us know, because it seems like that's a double message that the two of us got. It's very similar. So yeah. Oh, what does it say? It says something here. Oh, Mary's been mowing all day. And Celtic Seer says, happy birthday and new moon.
Thank you, Celtic.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Friday. Read the part about Jesus's birthday maybe being today too.
Oh.
Put something out about that.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. I think you know what I'm referring to. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Good. Good. Okay, Tanita. Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. Yep. All right. Next person we have is Michelle. Reading for May. All right. People just want to get rid of April and go right into May. Although we're already more than halfway there. Yeah. Find the right card next to it. Okay. First card I get for you, Michelle, is listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is trying to tell you something. Trust your inner voice, your intuition. I love this because it's a very powerful card, and it's just the imagery in it is very, very powerful. There might be something that will come along, but it requires you to compromise. And so I don't know where that it might be in your job. It might, or a job that you may be in applying for. It might be we don't have this for you, but we have that for you, and you say, well, I really didn't want that, but all right, I'll take that. And I don't even mean just a job, anything really. So it could be a compromise. I'm seeing here that when I get this, it's like stamping out something, or it could be to impress somebody. And I'm getting here trying to impress. So maybe it's someone and not something that you're trying to impress. So that's the energy I'm picking up.
I feel like on some level you feel like you've been dealt a wrong hand. And I'll tell you why, because the first couple cards I got were the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. There's this sense to me here with the Page of Pentacles as an earth sign that the messaging that you received might have led to a situation where you were overextended because someone else made you think you could be in a position to do something. And if it's not about money, it's about something that I think was they're using the word attenuation, but something that really taxed your mind to have to deal with. And it was the Queen of Wands, where your boundaries were tested, your limits. And then the Page of Pentacles, that the messaging that you got about this situation was wrong. So you're sitting in this, and the other thing I saw, I don't know why I saw tulips, Amsterdam, Holland, whatever, but death came in the imagery you're sitting in right now. I feel like more than anything, though, you're not really living. You're kind of like going through the motions on some level. It's almost like zombie-like energy. The constant having to wrangle about something is not helping either. And I feel like you're feeling like right now more that you're having to pull a rabbit out of a hat. That sort of thing is, you don't want to, and I'm not saying you do, you feel like every circumstance that should have been an opportunity was the exact opposite of that. Something that could have gone or grown from, and you just keep getting tested. There may have been somebody that you parted ways with or had to part ways with because of their health or because they were not good for you. So what I see coming up is standing your ground is one thing, but being afraid to speak up is a different thing. Like, you don't want to attract energy where people know that you're so bullshit that you don't want to deal with them this month. What I think is coming in for this is don't sell yourself short in terms of what you think you can handle, but really make this time about you. Because if you're worried about having to be on the defense constantly, I think it's going to get worse. This came in, usually for me, you're so afraid of loss and you're so afraid of making a mistake that, and I don't know if it's an issue maybe in your bladder, your gut somewhere, or something in your mind that requires some sort of attention. Don't be afraid. I'm almost getting like agoraphobia or something like that, fear of the marketplace in Latin or whatever. And please be kinder to yourself, because when this comes in, this type of energy of, and I don't know if you've been in a flood or you've been in weather situations that have removed you or displaced you, but I feel like you need to be on the lookout for that too. I don't feel like you might be in a part of the country that's in jeopardy with that type of thing. So try to be as aware as you can, but don't worry is what they're telling me. Don't worry to the point where you drive yourself so insane that you can't justify getting out of bed in the morning.
Wow. All right.
Hi, Kendra. Thank you.
Kendra's birthday was Wednesday. Happy birthday to you, dear.
That's awesome, Kendra.
Yeah. Just a note from Celtic, as you know, she's an astrologer. A good time to exercise entrepreneurial skills. Start an exercise program. There you go. All right. Woohoo. Okay. And it's good news to know that the planets are moving forward and that we're going to get some kind of a little bit of relief on the 26th because, it's heavy energy this month. Yeah.
Combative energy, too.
It is very combative.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the first thing that Keith told me was, don't pick a fight or get in a fight with anybody today because you won't win.
So, that's what Denise Siegel said about now. Yeah. Don't you try to calm it down. And my urge is sometimes to I have to think about everything now. So, which is good.
Yeah, I get it. All right. So I love your question, Brandon. What good things are headed your way? There you go. I like the way you think. Yeah. Chop wood, carry on. Yep. There you go. Ooh, what's this going to do?
Are you going away anywhere this summer?
That's interesting because I also got navigation. So I don't know. It might be going on a boat trip. Or
you may not know it yet.
Yeah. Well, I'll go because there it is, navigation. Something you're going to navigate. Now, it could be that it's not necessarily a boat. You could be going in your car. You could take a bus, a train, a plane, whatever. But you're navigating some issues that you're having on the trip if you go on a trip. The second one I get is nourishment. And they're wanting you to make sure that you have some stores, if you know what I mean. Get some canned goods, get some things, or have a garden going. And, you may not be the garden type, but anything that you can do to nourish your soul. And that could also be any kind of nourishment with regard to taking time off, taking a break, taking a rest, any of those things that nourish you. And finally, I get interesting. I don't know if you're going to some kind of a party. There's some kind of confusion coming up, but it doesn't look calamitous. It looks more like a lot of fun. So whatever you're doing, it looks like there's going to be, maybe there's a wedding, maybe there's a reunion. I don't know. But whatever it is, you will figure it out if it's challenging. You'll find the missing piece that you need in order to make your decision about the things that you need to do. And you'll solve the problem. You'll have all the tools you'll need to solve it. You're the garden type? There you go. All right.
I'm getting something with balance for you, and I'm going to explain why. And I mean physical balance. I don't know if you've been having an illness or some sort of fever, but I feel like you've been thrown off for a while now, and things are starting to either cool down intensity-wise for you. But I was seeing the first thing that I'm picking up on is this sort of imprisonment energy. The reason why I'm calling it imprisonment energy here, because it can be I'm being cornered. You got this with it. You're not in denial about it, but something is telling you to move away from something right now that you didn't think you'd envision yourself doing. And it has something to do with Taurus. And I think there's a lot of Taurus energy in here. 7 of Pentacles came in. The job you have or the job that you're doing seems to be, it looks like to me, tying you down. you actually could leave it, and you've actually accomplished everything in your mind that you had envisioned, but now it's getting boring. It's getting kind of boring for you. Four of Wands up top. This tells me that subconsciously you are planning something new. You might be wanting to build a house or get a new house, or actually be in a position foundationally where something's about to change. The problem is that sometimes the promise that we make to ourselves about what we can give ourselves is less than, I think, what we're entitled. And I don't think you realize that strategically you don't have the same. And I wish this card weren't in white, but in the King of Swords, to be in a position to negotiate with authority is like telling me that right now, going forward, these opportunities are going to involve, and I think you're coming into more of power, more of strategy, more of wisdom. The fear that you have, again, is another Taurus card, that this won't work.
And he is a Taurus.
Yeah, I almost think like this could be like mercenary energy, or he works himself to the bone. People take advantage of that to some level because it's the external. And I'm getting this balance thing again. I don't know if you've broken your hip or you ever had an injury where you did, or why your hip, I don't know. That's what I heard. Or your femur or anything recently. Try to be careful not to do that. And try to pull it back a bit. You've been on this treadmill for a while. Pull it back. Temperance. So what I'm saying is, and I haven't looked at the comments yet, but what I'm saying is, it's almost like fly fishing for some reason. They're showing me fly fishing. Wherever you go this summer, even if it's like Aley said, it's not somewhere. Go inside. Go in deep. That's all. That's all I got for you.
Okay. So he is a Taurus. He has a new home, but he's had no injuries lately. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Brandon. Thank you. Enjoy your summer. Okay. Hypnicity. How are you, Nalani?
Welcome, Brandon.
Wow. So I feel like I have a really strong reading here for you, Nalani, because I have two major arcana cards and one minor, but whatever it is that you're doing, you are the master at it. And look, he's standing under what looks to be like the moon. So the moon is your strength. The moon provide with whatever. Yeah, you got the moon. Okay, there you go.
Oh my God, the first card I drew.
The new moon. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, this looks like a good new moon for you. Honestly, it's saying
I remember Hypnicity is a Cancer, I think.
You are the creator of your own reality, and look at himself. Only had one hand all in yellow. In his meme that he had, you have both. You have both hands right on the pulse. So you've got it all around you as well. So this card is the creator. You can create whatever you want during this time. And not only that, but you will find completion in something that you've been wanting for a long time. The final puzzle piece looks like it's ready to be inserted, and the picture is fully formed.
And also, it's a really good time for manifestation for her, and I'm going to explain why. I have basically what Aley has, okay? But I'm going to explain to you my thought process for how I'm reading this. So I got the moon as the first card for her. And the reason I got the reason I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you, Hypnicity, is because after the moon card, I got the world reversed, a delay. And then this can be something that hasn't happened Okay, so if there's a delay and there's something that hasn't happened, the challenge is making it happen. But in your case, I'm seeing it as precognition. I'm seeing it as something where with the moon and with it's something that you know is coming either for you, and with the higher knowledge card, I think you're really poised for something really good right now. And I don't know if it's divine. I don't know if it's something to do with your gifts, but it's like that. In the past, I think you were betrayed by truth. I think someone used the truth against you when it should have been you using the truth against them, is what I'm hearing. Please, in the subconscious, the fear is that the boundaries will be taken advantage of. I'm seeing that more on the supernatural level, where I think sometimes you go further than you envision going and it scares you. My guides are telling your guides not to be scared of it anymore. It gets tiring. This came in too, again, when I see the Seven of Wands and I think of, the Leo or whatever, the sun in Leo, I'm thinking you don't have anything to defend anymore. And what I mean anymore is I don't think you had anything to defend in the beginning. What I think is you went to extremes to please by having to create. They were telling me you're a great storyteller. So what that meant to me was having to defend yourself through creative endeavors. Manifestation, okay, that's what you're attracting. And then on the last 3 cards that I'm drawing now, finally, I see this more as you healing yourself. Wow. Do not, the fear is you cheat yourself. I don't want you to cheat yourself. This is, when this is upright, it's like, which person do we give this to? Do we show, beneficent behavior to the one on the right or the one on the left, when the actual one that is deceiving you is not the one you're giving it to? This is self-deceit or fraud. Don't do that. And you are running yourself ragged. Either there's been something going on health-wise, you're trying to convince somebody of something psychically, and you feel blocked because you can't seem to get through to them. But please take better care of yourself, because I fear you could drive yourself into the ground if you don't. That's what I got.
That's one. I mean, I don't like that you're tired or your batteries are running out or anything, but
that
sometimes
makes sense.
We block our own good, and we don't realize it. And I learned that lesson as well. Yes. All right. Fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you, Hypnicity.
Okay, great. A reading. Oh, you're still dealing with this housing and landlord saga? Oh my God, Gray. Is he prepared to stand the F down permanently, especially when I get to speak to his whoopsies? Okay. I can't believe you're still going through this. Yeah, relief is good, Hypnicity. We'll call it the Rolaids moment. How about that? Oh, boy.
I feel like there's some sort of setup going on here where the landlord is trying to set people up. And I don't know if the cops have been over recently, but something's going on with that. Crooked. He's crooked.
He is.
He's crooked as F.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first. Yeah.
That's okay. If you want to continue, go ahead.
3 of Swords reversed. So it really should be when you're in a home or wherever you are that you have that bastion of relaxation to go home to. This person likes to do anything but that. Not only they're worse than a slumlord because they don't show attention, but they want to make people's lives miserable on a public and personal level. This adds up to soul sucker or vampiric energy. High increases in rent, no commensurate benefit to, I mean, that's everywhere now, but no real increase in living for what you're paying. And that's going to keep going. Childish, mischievous. He might have someone spying on you too. I don't know if there's someone cruising the hallways at night, looking through. I don't know why I heard this, but with cameras all around. Yeah, and you don't want to take your eye off the ball at all with this. It's almost like you have to watch your back in this place. But
yeah,
I know it sounds odd, but there's a part of you that already has a type of environment in mind that really has nothing to do with him. In other words, even if he weren't in the equation, I think you'd want to be out of this place, is what they're telling me. You may be in a scenario where you're kind of tight right now. It won't stay that way. But if you don't look a little bit more at something other than him in that environment, you won't be in your own authority. So I feel like on some level there is some of this self-sabotage going on tied to this, because this person is like so draining.
Yeah.
But the outcome is strong. So I think you're going to get out of there, but I think it may not be on the terms that maybe you want. It may be like one of those things where you have to give up something to get out of there. He's that crooked.
Wow.
That's what I get from this.
I wonder if that's why it's going on so long, because she doesn't want to move. And, there's that, but the energy is stalled. But he's gone against the law, and she has to speak up for herself to avoid backlash. But she's worried that if she does, it's going to be a power switch, that is.
Yeah, she can't assert herself in this environment. And I feel like she just needs to extricate herself from it. But it's like, I don't know. I just, I feel like you think you don't want to move from that. I would want to.
I agree with that, but it should be of her own choice.
Her own volition. Yeah, I agree.
Correct.
I agree.
Yeah. As I get the escape energy, and the escape energy says you don't need to be living in this hell at all. Yeah. And then I get release, that you need to release yourself and extricate yourself from the situation. But I agree that you need to do it on your time and not their time. But this person is miserable. There must be somebody you can bring in with you. I would not go to talk to the boss unless I had someone with me. I don't care who it was. If it's just a second person that's there that can hear the conversation and know what was done, just to protect yourself. I do get a clearing, though. I do get that this will get much better and it will clear itself out. I don't know how or when. Right. Wow. Yeah. No alternatives. I know. And it took years to get. It took years to get in that particular apartment building. Yeah. But so my suggestion is, if you talk to the boss would get rid of this guy if the boss was aware of how horrible, or it could be that the boss likes that energy because he doesn't have to step in and do anything because this person will do it. Yeah. Will his boss favor you? It looks like a positive outcome. That's what Jeff got and I got. It does look that way, but just important to take someone. Please take someone with you, please. You probably can't afford a lawyer or whatever, but if you can afford, if you can have another, maybe a stronger person, not that you're not strong, but just somebody there to be another set of ears and eyes. Yeah. we are currently have about 10 more readings to do. So I'm going to say we're going to cut after. So, yeah. We started earlier. So, whoops. Sorry, Gray. Nancy. All right. Hi, Nat Milo. It's good to see you, dear. Hi, Wild Lilac. He plays innocent. It seems to have pull, which is what you have to watch. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, you have to watch your back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Anya, that's a good idea. If you do energy work or know someone who does, you could balance your part of the relationship with the landlord. But there's also legal aid out there. That might not be a bad idea.
These are interesting.
Yeah, it's Jeff's birthday. Isn't that great? It just worked out. Worked out that this was our night. Yeah.
Interest. So Nancy. I saw a grapevine, okay, and then I thought gossip. And then I pulled a few cards, and I'm going to start because whenever you have yellow in a reading, it's what do you call it? It's consciousness. It's not truth, but it's consciousness. And I feel like right now, what's going on here is that someone, the sort of martyr mentality or the sacrificial mentality or the assassin mentality, you're carefree, like you really are carefree, but what I'm hearing is please be aware of, because this is a lot of consciousness, even with the Tower card that I get up top that I'll talk about in a minute. There's something going on here with something that is steadfast and impregnable. It can't be moved, or it's intractable. And I feel like you're not seeing it in its entirety for what it is. In other words, it might be something that has something to do with something that you're about to manifest that would be good if you could just get something out of the way. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of afraid to either go ahead and do it, or in the past, you have this ability to do this, High Priestess, okay? Mm-hmm. But you don't feel so much in that same power that you once felt. Another delay card, which kind of with this card, I see delays with the pentacles reversed or just stops. I'm telling you that you're attracting more in the way of delays by not looking at that one particular thing they're telling me that actually could make things really good or magical for you right now. Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah. So these are opportunities. I'm hearing opportunities that are coming in or will fly past you. And another woman card, Queen of Swords, the hope and fear. You need to grab this moment. There's something coming up for you. And I don't want you to, because here we go again with the consciousness and the yellow and the fear. It can also, yellow days, yellow fear. There's something coming in about messaging and how you perceive the message. So unlike the original, when you opened with the Fool kind of prancing, you're going to be on a journey coming up soon that I think could be rewarding as far as stepping into your power is concerned as a woman at this time of your life. That wasn't there before, but you have to listen more to your intuition. Mm-hmm. That's what I got. Wow. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got something that has been challenging for you. The puzzle pieces are there to fit in and to find resolution for that challenge, if you allow it. The second card I have is that you've been controlling your emotions. You've been controlling the way you feel about something, and you've got to let go of it. You've got to let go of it and know it's always been yours, and it is yours still. and it is eternal and limitless. Think of it as being, this is the infinity sign. The infinity sign wants you harmony and balance, but it also it also projects dualism and unity. And so it's asking you to allow the spiritual side to come through, and in unison with the physical side. We have to balance it. It's important. And finally, it looks like something occurs as if by divine providence, it's going to drop out of the sky. This bear was hanging on a branch and just happened to fall into, it looks to be a pie, but it was a soft landing. And so it looks like something's going to be resolved. Yeah. Yep. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Hi, Kiba.
Hi, folks. We've only got 15 minutes or so left, and we've got 7 readings to do, so we're not taking any more right now. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, Rossy. Now, Rossy, I got a message for you that, your journey, your spiritual journey hasn't always been the smoothest or the most pleasant at times, but that everything now is coming together in order to bring whatever it is that you've been waiting for to come to fruition. Your patience, your strength will soon be rewarded, and the wait is almost over. And the next card I get is rolling change. There's going to be something coming up that, and I love this because it's like an actionable card. So change is coming that you've been wanting or waiting for a very long time. And they're saying, we are the world. And I'm just wondering if this has something to do with your ship, perhaps, or working with the ETs. I don't know. But it's like everything comes together at once for this change. So you're going to be ready for it because you've been planning for it.
I'm getting like this sorceress energy for her. I don't know if it has anything to do with her gifts currently, but there's something going on here with introspection and being aloof and being like, I told you so. But I'm also hearing what my guides were telling me before I drew even a card was they showed me wood and they showed me varnish on the wood. And then sometimes to Rossy, anything you try to put on it, it's still going to be the same. It's still going to get dust. It's still going to, and there's this authenticity that I'm hearing with this wood that is going to be very of paramount importance in the next probably few years for her. So here's why I'm saying this. I got the Queen of Swords reversed. And then I got this reversed, which seems like a message that is kind of dirty or corrupt. It's sorceress energy to me. I feel like there are more powers coming in a new phase where I think righting the wrongs of something that she's not buried. She's well aware of it, but she's sick and tired of it within her family. She wants it to stop. And she revisits it constantly, either in dreams or in manifestation of how she withdraws from the world or incarnates or what's the word? Cultivates relationships. I feel like that is what her gift has been. Her gift has been through the challenges she's had with family. What I am going to say, though, is it may be a time where she's going to have to distance herself from a lot of different people because these people are going to test her nerves again. And that sort of romanticism that things could change is not there. That's what she's attracting. But hell hath no fire like an apocalypse. Judgment reversed. So in other words, externally, Rossy's going to face something, I think, that's going to test her, but it's going to only test her because externally these people are going to be really pissing her off because it came in the external. Yeah. And so the hope and fear is that she either moves on from it and creates a new reason for delving into something new and creating a new foundation for herself, because if she doesn't, Saturn in Pisces, she needs to walk away from it. So I don't know what that's about, but it seems like it's situational to me more than it is energy.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Rossy. Okay, so we've got Simron coming in from Australia, I believe. And he's wondering, I think he's been out of work for a while, still out of work. So wants to know what's coming in his career. Oh, thank you, Simron. Rossy said, that's so right, Jeff. Very situational. Yep.
Is it? Okay. Because I don't know what that was about, but something's there. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I feel like, Simron, whenever I read for you about this career, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen, that I get the same kind of cards. And I don't really know why that happens. It may not be exactly the same, but they kind of had the same thing, because I got the knife, and, I know that you were betrayed, and that you lost your job at the time because other people betrayed you, and that it cut you deeply. And I feel as though there's still some pain in that you're trying to work through, but you're ready to shake things up because it's time to move on and find something else. So I get the soda bottle, and you know what happens if for some reason someone shakes a soda bottle and then tries to open it up, that it's going to spray everywhere. So you're thirsting for something, and you're wanting to get something that will make you happy. So that's what's coming up. I am still getting that you are not alone, and that the angels are on your side. And, that's a really big card for me when I get this. It's like, not all of us are divinely protected, but a lot of us don't believe we are. And we never ask our angels to help us. And so I will tell you, the angel of cutting things away is Michael. And I would call in that energy in order to move things along, cut away some of the extraneous cords that are still holding you to that horrible situation that you were in, so that you can move on and fly. And they want you to make sure that you nourish yourself with something in the meantime. Make sure you water your garden. In other words, don't just worry about the other people, because they don't matter.
I feel like someone absconded with a secret of yours and either told everyone about it, or the reason for a parting of ways with someone was that you couldn't get ahead of this person. And it's in a career, but it almost feels like a romance in a relationship that started at work. It feels to me like somebody above you. I got the Hierophant reversed, which made me think of, like, I guess it could be a boss, but to me it seems like someone that would deviate against norms in a way to kind of forge their own way forward. The problem was, though, that the mechanisms by which they did stuff in that environment, everyone knew that you were, and it kind of embarrassed you, is what I'm hearing. The truth was out before you knew it was about this person or this thing. And before, someone had already moved on from you, and they had moved on from the problem that was created without addressing it. And yet the whole time you're left holding the bag wondering, what did I do? And you're subconscious, and you're still holding on to that. But here's the thing with this. You can, Mercury in Cancer, you can get free of this and move on, but not without clearing the energy. It's the message to clear the energy is what I'm hearing. It's almost like you didn't belong in that atmosphere to begin with. I feel like something changed within it, but you also changed as well, because you got kind of fed up kind of quickly. Yeah, so you held on, right? And the fear is you're still holding on to it. And I feel like people on the outside know it, and you're attracting that kind of energy where we all do it. Well, I can do this again. I can do this sort of thing again. And, when in reality, actually, I think you're way above this. And the hope and fear is that you get there, because I see you getting there. But what you need to be careful of is not repeating the same thing and not letting yourself be steamrolled, because I feel like it was like a dagger very quickly.
It was. Yeah.
You can't be steamrolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still holding out good vibes for a new career for you, Simron. Yeah. You're tired and done. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I get that from this. There's almost this sort of sense of that I'm getting of frayed nerves.
Yeah.
Like someone drops something, it's like,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we have Anya. Just let me know you're here, and Mel B, Stardust, and Bubs Grant, and SR. Okay, thank you. You didn't get the job you were hoping for, the energy healing. What type of work do you? Okay. Did you go to that, Anya? Did you go to that that healing modality expo? Hi, Susan. Oh my goodness. I think whatever it was that you didn't get, be glad, because it looks like this person was going to convey this person is conveying a whole bunch of heavy stuff on whoever did get the job. There's mismanagement there and harassment there. And you got a gift not to get that. Hold on. Healing is next weekend. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you need something with more refinement, because you don't need to be treated with all of these heavy things. So I think it's going to be fairly good for you if you at the healing expo. You need something that you need to find people that value what it is that you do. That's what I think.
They showed me like a balloon, and they showed me a carnival for some reason. And I'm getting 2 5 cards in here. One, which is the 5 of Cups reversed. So it can be healing, or it could be just something on some level that, from which you're not going to be able to recover. However, what I think that challenge is leaning toward is the strength that you have to reinvent yourself. There is something beyond that gate that you're almost like on the tip of it right now. I feel like it has more to do with a lifestyle choice than it is about the job. Yeah. and you're changing foundations.
Mm-hmm.
Subconsciously, I think you wanted out of this arrangement. Whatever arrangement you had before this was something that you telepathically were ready, just to not take responsibility for it anymore, and just, I've had enough of it. And this is you going forward. Okay, which is positive.
Look, there's a dog there.
And there's a dog there.
And she's
I think you work with animals, right?
Yeah,
you said in the past. Yeah.
Yep.
What I would advise, though, is I really want you to be braced for having to assert yourself, because it's very easily, when you're in a place where you're down, to accept a lot that you really shouldn't have to accept. And I feel like you might be the type of person who does that. Your own autonomy is more important than any job, but you're also your mental health right now. I don't know if there have been struggles. I don't know if you've ever been hospitalized for anything physical, but that could come into play if you're not careful. You're ready to charge forward. I think there are people trying to get in your ear, and actually there might be a partnership coming in. I need you to be wary of that. It might not be all it's cracked up to be, but it's pretty damn, it looks pretty damn near perfect. Come on, please. And then I think this next endeavor that you have, it seems to me there was a lot of labor in your last job. I'm not saying you need to be lazy, but you really deserve to take a load off and not feel like everything is so monotonous and dull. Because I think there's more going on with you than maybe the last endeavor or the job showed. So I think it's kind of like what Aley said. Look for those spots that look the most appealing and try to pursue those, and don't leave your, self open to something that doesn't ring true to what you are.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Thank you. Well, I haven't heard from Mel, Stardust, Bubs, or SR. I'm going to give you just a few more seconds to tell us if you're here. If you're not, then it could be they moved down the road. Yeah, you don't need the physical labor. I agree with that. Yeah. Oh, Susan. Oh, Mel. Okay, good. Are you ready to do readings for others? Susan, I'm not taking any new questions. I'm sorry, but you know what? I just want to say, jump into it. I do. Sometimes it just takes somebody to dive right in. So, all right, Mel. Wanting to know about love life. Ooh, all right.
I'll be doing readings on my channel after this, probably, if you want me to.
Okay.
I'll be over there.
All right.
Okay, will my love life, will relationships I be attracting in 3 to 5 years?
Mel, are you working too much? Are you just like really? Because what I'm getting is here that your potential for finding somebody has been hindered by something. And I don't know if it's that you're dedicated, you have a relationship with your job or something else. But I'm getting that this is the past energy, but I do see in divine timing that, yes, relationships will be able to be attracted. And once you learn to let go of outcome and feel good about loving yourself and not being so busy, then the divine timing will step up. I got another card here that is like burnout, job burnout. That's why I keep asking that question. Have you been taking care of yourself? Have you been working too hard? And look I got a second clock. I got 2 clocks here. The second clock is when the time is right, and it comes right next, and that's divine timing. So I'm feeling like, yes, it's coming to you, but if you're working too much or you're working too hard for it to happen, that might be that, then you've got to just let it go and know that what will come in will be the right thing for you.
Okay, so sort of the same thing, but what I will say is, I don't know if you ever had an experience with extraterrestrials, or if you were ever abducted or anything. I won't say violated, but I would say mistreated or mishandled by someone you knew, someone you didn't know. They're making it sound mystical, but it might be of this earth. But what I did get was, it's kind of like what Aley said, consciousness in yellow again and warnings, but you got the king. There's someone out there that made you feel like you were out of your own authority in a relationship. This is what's going on right now. This is the current situation. There's a male, right? And I think those gender roles might have been blurred. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying in this is, you weren't made to feel like you could stand on your own ground, in your own authority, in your autonomy. And this was a turning point relationship. This is one where you either had to learn something to grow from it. And what I think happened was, in being in that freedom position, you grew enough to where, like Aley, as Aley says, you're ready. But what I'm getting from this is, you can't repeat it again, or else you're just going to be during that mercenary, you know, that's waiting and waiting. More that you wait and wait. I would rather say let it just happen, because what you're attracting is a false type of person, or a promise that can't be fulfilled, not because your expectation's too high, but because the type of person that you're bringing in may not be the type of person you want to be, or have them around you to make you better. And that would put the end to it very quickly. So this is about something repeating itself again. You need to be on a lookout for that, because that's why it's not happening. And ask yourself, it's a chronic thing. When you should have already grown from it, you haven't. But why? What's going on? I would ask myself, it's almost like a psychological thing. Like, why am I not ready? As opposed to, why hasn't Prince Charming come, or whoever?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So Stardust 315, are you here? Bubs Grant, are you here? Let's see. Let's do a collective reading, and Jeff probably will take a short break and then come back, I imagine, on his channel. So yeah, you want to give your birthday wisdom to everybody tonight.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, sounds good. So let's do a collective if we can. All right.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So my first card is that there is a ripeness to what's going on in the collective right now. The fruit is ready to be born, or bared fruit. And it's like we're sitting on the edge of the picking, let's say. Okay. The second card is that there is so much that we don't know. There's so much beyond illusion. And we are not being shown what's really going on. And so we have to trust that will come through in this ripeness. Okay. The next card I get is, look at this card, Jeff. It's the mind.
I love that. It almost looks like a distorted face or a melting face or a burning man or the opposite of a burning man.
It is who is running things. Not a good mind. Not a good mind. I'm going to pull one more. Try not to let it bother you. This is nothingness, no thingness. Try to make sure that nothing brings you down.
If it's collective, here's what I'm going to do. So what I'm seeing is the nine of wands came in reversed. Okay. We're on the cusp of something, as Aley said. The problem is, though, that we're so ingrained in the prisons of our minds right now, because unfortunately there's no other place but your mind. I mean, there's your soul and the transcendental stuff that you do in meditation and all that, but the challenge is becoming, when is the next shoe going to drop? Okay. Because it's Mercury and Sag energy, and then energy with the moon in Sagittarius. So really, more than anything right now, you really have to let go of it and just let it flow. You have to, in your subconscious, you're doing that. But what I will say is that there are challenges coming up for women right now, and this year is going to test them in other ways. What I am seeing is travel restrictions. I know this is westbound, but it could be looking at us trying to get out of here. And that's the external energy. They see the King of Swords. I don't need to tell you who that is. 9 of Cups in the Hope and Fear, and it did come in, I think, reversed. Things are going to be on hold for a while that are going to change things, but really, really, really try to envision a scenario that isn't this dark, because it's not going to be forever, is what they told me.
That's interesting, because that card I had, no thingness, nothingness. It was just darkness. And
this was the end result here.
Oh, God. But that's what we do every day, don't we?
And I never knew it. I never knew it until I looked at it tonight. But until I saw it in the camera, there's a cross here. I never knew it.
Dark night of the soul.
More of the Christian caliphate stuff, and more of that stuff is coming. So, be ready for that and be ready to embrace it. Wink, wink. Yeah. Because we're going into that.
Yeah.
And I'm creeped out by saying it, but it's coming.
I know. Yeah, that's true. All right. You couldn't get chat to work, Stardust? Okay, then we'll read for you. And then anybody else, Jeff's coming back to do readings in a few minutes. So we'll just finish reading for Stardust. And let's see, may I get a read on getting a car for spring? Nothing available forever, and now monies is unclear. Okay. Yeah, Jeff's going to come back. So if you didn't get your question answered, he can help you out. And he's got his trooper with him as well.
He'll move as soon as I go over to him. He just goes to sleep on my ass. But as soon as anything opens, you got food for me? No, don't.
He looks so much like my Bella that, oh my God, it's amazing. Yeah, he really does. All right. So, you've had a closed path. You've had barriers. You've had blockages. That's what's been happening. You've been locked out of this car thing. It's interesting that the card I get next is the rosary. So I'm going to say that, have faith that that sacrifice will bring you something later that will be worth it for you. And hopefully you'll meet somebody that's got morals and ethics and will tell you if there's any kind of a problem with the car. That's what you really want to make sure. There's going to be a male involved in this. I don't know if they're going to be selling the car, if there's car salesmen, if they go with you to check the car. I don't know, but there's a male involved in this and something's going to happen. Keep the faith. You don't have to be Catholic to like the rosary.
What I'm getting is I heard the carburetor for some reason. And then the first card I drew was like a really bad fever. I don't know if the last card that you had just broke down and it got really, really hot and dangerous, if there was like a car fire or something. But you're kind of gun shy even about driving. I'm wondering, and you're not in denial about it. I almost don't think that you really... Some people interpret freedom differently from others. And obviously from a utilitarian standpoint, I can obviously see the value in it. But when you get to a point where there are other things going on that occupy you every day, I think there are other things that you're dealing with right now besides that make this endeavor less, it's very cumbersome, but I also feel like it's something that you maybe haven't saved enough for, or if you have saved enough for it, I'm not sure it's going to be the exact card you want at first. Aley said something about a man.
Mm-hmm.
I got that too. With the King of Cups. I'm thinking something in that vein where they're actually going to be the type of person who might be a pre-owned car salesman. I'm hearing jalopy. I need you to be careful of that.
Mm-hmm.
But something's going to come in quickly at the time that you're not expecting it. It will relieve you of the burden. Yeah, and it's another one that relieves you of the burden, so I'm not worried about it in celebration at the end. I just think you need to I think more than the financing, more than the options about how you're going to buy it, I think you need to look more at what's going to fit you and what's going to meet you and what's going to work for you. Because in certain cases, you get something and you harken back to that first car that you had and how you idealize it or what it was like. And then everyone just after that kind of sucks because you need one.
Yeah, it doesn't meet the same standard.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, awesome. Well, good luck with it, Stardust. But I would watch out for the used car salesman. Anyway, thank you all for being with us today and for sharing Jeff's birthday. And he's probably going to take a short break and then he'll come back on live to do more readings for you. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.